Hi, my name is Becky Hamilton. My mother, her name was Marga Dixon, and I came to know hospice through my mom. She was an engaging, enlightened, beautiful, spirited woman. She lived to be 90 years old, and I was very blessed that we were able to have this opportunity to have her cared for through Community Hospice. So when the time came for her to leave short-term rehab and go back to Starling, I didn't hesitate to reach out because I had already made that connection. I felt comfortable with them, and I was so very glad that I did. At that point, Mom was suffering from some dementia, and so I'm not sure she really understood, but she was certainly comforted to know that she had someone that was checking on her. Her hospice nurse in particular, she adored him, and I think he made her laugh, and she enjoyed his visits.
When I hear the story about Becky and how much she appreciated everything we were able to accomplish with her and her mom, it makes me feel good. I feel accomplished in what I've been able to do. It makes me feel honored to be a part of the care and to have the opportunity to get to know our patients on an individual basis and to work with the family and have them feel at ease through probably one of the most difficult things they will go through in their life. And it was great working with Becky.
As things progressed with her, we would check in with each other. And it was interesting how I could notice the changes based on the information that hospice had given me and what to look for. I remember I went one day at lunch and she was fine, not as responsive as she used to be, but she was still okay with me. When I went back Wednesday night, she was completely different. So things had changed. She could no longer swallow. I could tell that she was uncomfortable. And so I called the hospice line that I'd been given, gave them her code, and a triage nurse came out right away. And she was almost within the hour she was there and kind of walked me through what to expect, what changes they wanted to make to keep Mom comfortable at that time. And then that's when she also informed me that there would be a hospice nurse with me and with Mom 24 hours a day. And so that was such a wonderful gift to me because I wasn't sure that I could go through that alone. I'd never been with someone who was dying, actively dying.
When we first met Becky and her mom, the nurse and I were able to go in and meet with them together, and we start off just trying to build that rapport, trying to get to know who the patient is, who she was, her background, and the same with her family. And so I think what works really well is being able to truly be present, not be rushed, and take the time to really understand where the family's coming from, where the patient's coming from, and then identify those key areas to be able to provide that training about what to expect, and also to normalize some of the things that they'll be seeing and experiencing. Really, I think, helps to bring that peace of mind. And so over the course of about 2 months, we did our routine visits and were able to spend some great quality time with our patient. She shared this remarkable history of her life and everything that she'd been through, but then at the same time, providing that ongoing training to her daughter as to what to expect. And so by the time that the patient had entered into the active dying process, I think that Becky trusted us, and because we had that rapport built up and felt a sense of peace. And I remember after our patient passed, I called Becky just to see how she was doing, and that stuck out. She said, you know, you helped my mom pass with dignity. And of course it's sad, but she died with dignity, and it was peaceful, and able to spend the last few days with her, knowing she was comfortable and peaceful and loved.
And so it was just a tremendous comfort to have somebody there with me. And in fact, the hospice nurse, the daytime hospice nurse, she was supposed to be off on the day that Mom passed. But she told me the night before, she said, you know, I think things are progressing And although I'm supposed to be off tomorrow, I'm going to be here for you. And I can't tell you what that meant to me, because she was someone that I'd known over the past several days, and I felt very comfortable with her. And so having her give up her day off for me and to be with my mom was such a blessing and such a gift. And it meant so much. My heart was full. And she took me through the whole day. I mean, she took me step by step. And I could witness the changes in my mom. And when the time came, I was able to be with her. I was able to hold her hand. I was able to talk with her. I sat with her when she took her last breath. And the hospice nurse was with me the whole time. And she and I held each other and cried.
The last day we were together, I kind of had a sense that that was probably going to be the day. Even her cat, Mushy, we felt like the beginning of that morning, Mushy even had a sense that that was going to be the day. Mushy typically would be not really getting on top of Miss Marga. She wouldn't really cuddle with her on the bed, but that last day she kept getting up there and she wouldn't touch her food. And I think seeing that experience kind of, I guess kind of eased Becky into the acceptance of that this was going to take place today, but she was very at peace with it. She stated a sense of relief that her mother would not be suffering. She had been suffering from some pain, so she definitely felt relief that that was coming to an end. She shared with me some really funny stories about her mom and, her likes, her dislikes, her German background. She, just really over the course of those days, I feel like we developed a friendship, and she made my job not feel like work at all. It was, a lovely experience.
And then she helped me, and I'll never forget, because this also meant so much to me. She helped me get my mom clean, and we groomed her, and we talked to her. And so those were all gifts to me. Those were gifts that you can't comprehend how much that meant. I can't express my gratitude in words. I'm just not able to, but I'm very grateful and appreciative.